Dear students, today let us discuss about Gauss law in electrostatics. Okay, you have already studied Coulomb's inverse square law. Coulomb's inverse square law states that the electrostatic force of attraction or repulsion between two point charges is directly proportional to product of the magnitude of the charges and inversely proportional to square of the distance between them. If charged particles are point sized, means if the distance between charged particles is very large compared to the size of the charged particles, then the charged particles are considered as point charges. If the charges are point sized, then Coulomb's law is used to find out electric field due to the charges. Okay. But if charged bodies are extended one large side, then we use Gauss law. Okay, Gauss law is another mathematical tool to find out electric field at a point due to large sized charged body, due to extended charged body. Okay, if the charged body is extended one, means if we have system of charged particles. If we have system of charged particles like Q1, Q2, Q3, Qn, etc. Okay? Then the charges are enclosed by certain imaginary surface. Some imaginary surface. Okay? Okay. Then electric field at any point outside the enclosed imaginary surface is given by Gauss law. Okay. Now the statement of Gauss law: electric flux over a closed surface which encloses charge in vacuum or free space is equal to 1 by epsilon naught times net charge enclosed by that surface. I repeat, total electric flux over a closed surface in vacuum is equal to 1 by epsilon naught times total charge enclosed by that surface. Total charge or net charge or algebraic sum of charges enclosed by that surface. Okay, that is mathematically electric flux phi is equal to 1 divided by epsilon naught times 1 divided by epsilon naught times net charge enclosed by the surface, where summation q is q1 plus q2 plus q3 plus so on plus qn. Okay, the few charges may be positive, few may be negative. Okay, if net charge, total charge happens to be positive, then electric field is radially outward. It is radially outward to that surface. Okay, if net charge is negative, then the field is inward. The field is inward. If net charge is positive, field is outward through given area. Okay, through given area. It is outward like this. If net charge is negative, then the field is inward. Arrow mark is shown inward. Okay. Now, if suppose the closed surface encloses dipoles, then what is the electric flux through that surface? If suppose the closed surface encloses dipoles, electric dipole or electric dipoles, then what is electric flux through that surface? 0. Why 0? Because the net charge on each dipole is 0. Dipole is nothing but two equal and opposite charges separated by certain distance. Plus q minus q get cancelled. Okay, net charge on dipole is 0. What is Gaussian surface? Gaussian surface means a closed surface to which Gauss theorem can be applied. Closed surface to which Gauss theorem can be applied is Gaussian surface. If Gaussian surface encloses electric dipole, if Gaussian surface encloses electric dipole or dipoles, then what is electric flux through that surface? What is electric flux through that surface? 0. Why 0? Because summation q, algebraic sum of charges on dipole, becomes 0. Okay. Right. What is electric flux? Total electric field lines, number of electric field lines passing through unit area normally. Number of electric field lines passing through unit area normally is called perpendicularly, is called electric flux. Electric flux. Mathematically, electric flux is equal to scalar product of electric field vector E and area vector ds, where ds is very small area through which number of electric field lines are passing. Okay. If entire area is considered, total area is considered, then total electric flux is equal to sigma pi, summation pi is equal to pi plus pi is equal to E dot S, vector E dot vector S, where vector S is total area. Okay. Or total electric flux pi is equal to Es cos theta, Es cos theta, where theta is angle between perpendicular to the surface, normal to the surface, and electric field, where theta is angle between normal to the surface and electric field, where the surface is held normal to electric field lines. Okay, electric field lines. When surface is perpendicular to electric field lines, or the unit vector perpendicular to the surface makes angle 0 with electric field line, then total electric flux is maximum. Cos 0 is maximum. Electric flux is maximum. If suppose theta increases from 0 to 90 degree, theta increases from 0 to 90 degree, theta increases from 0 to 90 degree, then number of electric field lines passing through given area becomes 0. Cos 90 is 0. Therefore, electric flux is equal to E into area into cos theta. E into area into cos theta. Okay. Using that, one can derive electric intensity due to any geometrical shape with the help of Gauss law. Gauss law helps us to find out electric field due to extended charge body of any shape. Okay. Now, application of Gauss law. Application of Gauss law. See. Here you may get 5 mark question, 1 5 mark question. A very important question is that you may be asked to derive an expression for electric intensity at a point outside charged spherical shell using Gauss law. Okay. Question is, derive an expression for electric intensity outside charged spherical shell using Gauss law. Okay, for that you have to draw spherical shell like this. It is a spherical shell of surface surface charge density sigma or charge plus q. Let plus q be charge on spherical shell of radius r. Okay, consider a spherical shell, spherical metallic shell with center O and radius r charged to plus q. Okay, now let P be a point outside the spherical shell at a distance small r from O. Okay. Complete a Gaussian sphere passing through point B with radius small r. Okay. Now ds is the small surface area about point P on Gaussian sphere of radius small r. Okay. The small area ds encloses small charge. It encloses small charge. Okay. N is normal to the Gaussian surface of area ds. N is normal to the area ds. E represents electric field along the normal, which is shown to be radially outward. Why radially outward? Because the charge on the spherical shell is positive. Since charges always resides over the surface, the charge on the Gaussian surface is also plus q. Right? Plus q. Okay? Right. Now, electric flux through area ds is given by d pi is equal to electric flux through small area ds about a point P is given by d pi is equal to E ds cos theta. E ds cos theta, where theta is angle between normal to the surface and electric field, direction of electric field. Theta is the angle between normal to the surface and direction of electric field. Here theta is 0 degree. Cos 0 degree is 1. Therefore, d phi is equal to E ds. D phi is equal to E ds. Right? Around. Now, total electric flux through entire Gaussian sphere of radius r is given by summation d phi is equal to E into summation ds. Okay, what is summation d phi? Total flux phi is equal to E into what is summation ds? The Gaussian sphere is made up of large number of such small area element ds. ds like this. Okay. This Gaussian sphere of radius smaller. It is assumed to be made up of large number of small areas ds. ds 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 ds. Okay, total area is summation ds. Summation ds is what? Total area of Gaussian spherical shell. What is the surface area of sphere? 4 pi r square. It is 4 pi r square. Summation ds is 4 pi r square. Equation number 1. Okay. Equation number 1. Yes. This equation number 1 is obtained with the help of geometrical consideration. Okay. Next, according to Gauss law. According to Gauss law. Using Gauss law. From Gauss law. From Gauss law, electric flux phi is equal to 1 by epsilon naught q. 1 by epsilon naught q. Total electric flux over a closed surface in vacuum is equal to 1 by epsilon naught times net charge enclosed by that surface. Net charge enclosed by Gaussian surface is plus q. Plus q. Equation number 2. Equation number 2. Okay. Equation 2. From equation 192, equate equation 192. From 192, from equation number 192, we have E is equal to E into 4 pi r square is equal to 1 by epsilon naught q. E into 4 pi r square is equal to 1 by epsilon naught q. Therefore, E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, 4 pi epsilon into q by r square. E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon into q by r square. Okay. Okay. What is the direction? Radially outward. Radially outward. The direction is radially outward. Okay. If negative charge is visible here, it will be radially inward. Radially inward means positive charge placed at this point is repelled by the spherical shell. Okay. E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon q by r square. What is q by r square? Charge per 4 pi r square. Q divided by 4 pi r square. What is 4 pi r square? Surface area. It can be written as E is equal to 1 by epsilon naught into q divided by 4 pi r square. Q divided by 4 pi r square. What is 4 pi r square? Area, surface area of the Gaussian sphere. Q by A, charge by area, is surface charge density sigma. Therefore, it can also be written as E is equal to 1 by epsilon naught sigma. What is sigma? Surface charge density. What is that? Q by 4 pi r square. Q by 1 by epsilon into Q by 4 pi r square. 1 by epsilon into Q by 4 pi r square. What is 4 pi r square? Area. What is charge by area? Surface density of charge. So E is 1 by epsilon naught times surface density of charge. The electric field strength, electric intensity at a point outside the spherical shell which is charged is E equals 1 by epsilon naught sigma. The electric field at any point outside the charged spherical shell is E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into q by r square, or this. See, this equation is familiar to you. It is familiar to you. This equation resembles what? Resembles electric intensity at a point due to point charge. Electric intensity at a point due to point charge. Consider a point charge plus q at O in free space. Let P be a point at a distance r from O. Then electric field at P is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon into q by r square. Okay, that means here entire charge is assumed to be present at the center of the sphere. In case of spherical shell, which is charged, in case of charged spherical shell, the entire charge is assumed to be concentrated at the center of the sphere. ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಇರೋದು ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಇರೋದು ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ನಮಗೆ. ಈ ಈಕ್ವೇಷನ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಆಯ್ತು. ಇದು ಒಂದು ಕೇಸ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್, 5 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಇಷ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ. 5 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಏನು ಹೇಳಬೇಕು? ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇಕ್ವೇಷನ್ ಏನು? electric flux through small area ds is given by this expression, by the definition of electric flux. Next, theta is 0, okay, because theta is equal to 0 degree, cos 0 is 1. Next, total electric flux through entire Gaussian sphere of radius small r is summation d pi is equal to E into summation ds, where summation ds is total surface area of Gaussian sphere of radius r, which is 4 pi r square. Okay, pi is equal to E into 4 pi r square. From Gauss law, electric flux is equal to 1 by epsilon naught times net charge. Equating the two, you will arrive at this expression. Okay, E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r, or E equals 1 by epsilon sigma. Okay, if point P lies very close to the charge sphere or on the charge sphere, if the point is here, if the point is on the surface of the charge sphere, what happens to this expression? This expression becomes E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into q by capital R square. ಏನಂತ ಈ ಈಕ್ವೇಷನ್ ಏನಿದೆ? E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into q by capital R square. ಅರ್ಥದ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಆರ್ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್, ರೈಟ್? ಇದೇನು ಸಿಗ್ಮಾ ಅಂದರೆ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ 2 by 4 pi ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಆರ್ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್. ಈಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಸಿಗ್ಮಾ? E is equal to 1 by epsilon naught into q by 4 pi r square. 4 pi r square ಹೌದಾ? is equal to 1 by epsilon naught charge by area sigma. इसलिए सिग्मा है चार्ज बाय 4 pi r square, where small r is radius of Gaussian surface, Gaussian sphere. Capital R is radius of charged sphere, radius of charged sphere. Clear? So in maximum electric field, if the point is inside, the point is inside the charge sphere, the point P lies inside the charge sphere, then what is the expression for electric intensity at this point? 0. Why 0? Because Gaussian sphere inside the charge sphere does not enclose any charge. Q is 0. Why? According to the property of charge, according to the properties of charge, all the charges reside on the surface of the charged body. Charges always resides on the surface of the charged body. Therefore, Gaussian surface inside the charged sphere, Gaussian sphere inside the charged sphere does not enclose any charge. ಇದರ ಮೇಲೆ ಏನು ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. No charges are enclosed here. Therefore, electric intensity at any point inside the charge sphere is 0. ಇಲ್ಲಿ Q ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? Q summation Q or Q becomes 0. 0 ಅಂದರೆ Q 0 ಅಂದರೆ 0 by number, 0 by anything, 0. What is electric intensity at any point inside the charge sphere? 0. Why 0? Because Gaussian sphere inside the charge sphere does not enclose any charge. Q is 0. According to the properties of charges, charges always reside over the surface. So this is the expression of electric intensity at any point outside the charge sphere. Next, on the charge sphere, and electric intensity at any point inside the charge sphere is 0. Clear? Okay. This is about the application of Gauss law for spherical charge sphere, spherical charge sphere, to find out the electric intensity at any point. To find out electric intensity at any point outside the charge sphere, one can use Gauss law.